Welcome to the link for this week's edition. We hope we continue to empower you with information that you can use. And that's a line that we like to sing here, information you can use. We don't give you anything else. If you can't use it, we don't give it to you. But if you can use it, we give it to you. Welcome to the link for this week. And this week we are speaking herbs. But don't say, hey, what's happening? No. Of late, herbalists and herbs or natural medicine has been something we can't ignore. And take it or leave it going forward, many pertaining towards natural compared to synthetic in terms of medicine. And tonight, my guest is Mr. Patrick Bujingo, who is the general manager at Aloesha Organics. And they deal in natural products, and that word is key, natural products. Patrick, welcome.
Thank you very much, Samuel. It's a pleasure to be here.
A long time ago, people used to say herbs, they have issues with them, it is just leaves. But I know that you have some products which are already selling and approved, but we'll come to that in a moment.
Yes.
First question, take us through briefly the journey it takes to move from a herbalist to approved medicine maker.
Okay. Thank you very much, Samuel. I would like to, pass my greetings to the dear viewers. Thank you for following the link. And just to take us through that journey of herbalist to approved medicine maker, what is really important is that what we have seen over the years is that indigenous knowledge exists. People know so much about these medicines, but much of this information over the years has been passed through word of mouth.
Absolutely.
So somebody knows something, but there may not be a guarantee that they have evidence that they are actually good at what they do. So what happens when you find yourself in a market like what we are in currently? You need to embrace professionalism. So the idea that you want to embrace professionalism is one that will push you to be able to look at what the law really states. Who are the regulators on board? We have institutions like the National Drug Authority.
Yeah.
What do they say about herbal medicine? What do they say about what you are doing as a practitioner? Then you also want to look at institutions that can give you some more opportunity for training. You see, the more you are trained, Samuel, you might know something, but the more you enhance and embrace the idea of being trained to be better. Polish up, be better. Aloesha Organic is not where it is. It's not where it was several years ago. When we started in 2012, where we are is different. It's because of continuous improvement. And this journey is not just us working. We're working with these institutions. We're listening to the clients. You're paying attention to what people are saying. You're being trained better. You're getting better approval. And even from the public, it's very essential, especially even government. So that journey really takes continuous improvement, training. It takes research, and it takes a collaborative kind of effect. You must be able to work with other people if you want to be able to make progress.
For instance, Patrick, who might I work with? I've seen the regulators.
Yes.
But who are the other professionals who might be critical to me as a herbalist?
To be able to work with. One thing is that, the herbalists in Uganda have an association which is run by Haji Lutakome Mukwaya. And through this association, you bring people together to be able to see and be able to share different experiences. So the first thing to somebody that might really be having this interest, you might want to know, okay, fine, if there are many herbalists in the country, for example, what is this body that brings them together? What are they working on together? And from the element of an association, who is adding more value to them? We have institutions like the Natural Chemotherapeutics Research Institute that is ensuring that they are training, doing tests on these products. We have the NDA, the National Drug Authority. But first-hand really is you want to feel like you belong. Because the feeling of being able to belong is so essential. So at the end of the day, you want to be able to approach them and then walk that journey together. But don't forget also that there's a lot to do with knowing more.
That's important.
Research, continuous research and documentation. Like we said, much of this knowledge has been passed on through word of mouth.
But now we write it down.
We want to write, we want to research, we want to know more. We want to even know that which was not known in the past.
So, Patrick, let me say I am Sam there. I'm out there. I know a lot of herbs. Now I come to the association.
Yes.
Now, if I have my herbs, what happens? How do I move?
Okay. Now, Sam, as much as you want to be able to join an association, what we are really encouraged to do is that we must be able to have institutions under which we fall, or register a company. Register a company.
I agree.
That formality there is very, very important, because people will identify you by the company or institution that you represent.
And the brand.
And the brand. And you see, being formal and falling under the arms of regulation is very important. At the end of the day, you try to escape it. But I mean, how long will you be in the cycle of not wanting to be known, of not wanting to be tracked? So what we tell to many of our friends out there, if you do have the interest in pursuing maybe this as a career or as a business, you want to see that you formalize what you are doing. Many of the herbalists at some point have come up to escape the fact that, I mean, every time you want to be more known or come up to the authorities, they want to know how you're preparing what you're doing, so they might steal your formulation. But at the end of the day, what you're looking for is to be guided. Samuel, today what you know, you may not have a guarantee that that information might be obsolete, or a new discovery might be contradicting what you already know.
In 10 years.
In 10 years from now. So better is the approach that seeks to do better, to know more, to research, and you know, to create value for people. At the end of the day, Samuel, we're in this industry, we are creating value for people, especially in the line of health. So you want to be ensuring that you are actually creating value that people can tap into. So a herbalist out there, or anybody that's interested, seek these institutions, go out to them, see how you can be better and how you can register your business. The association has been very, very, very essential in doing this over the years.
Patrick, some people are going to wonder, and Aloesha could have gone through these levels. So if I, Sam, am not as educated, how much do I interface with, I don't know, a scientist who is in the medicine? Do I bring him in? How do we interface? Even before we go to the regulator, what is the role? Does the scientist have a role to play with me? And how do I make sure they don't steal my formula?
No, I completely understand where that is coming from, Samuel. And I mean, you might, yes, have that question that, you know, how about Aloesha? Did they, you know, maybe they had some scientists, maybe they went to... You see, what we are happy about is that we have institutions that have been in place to help with elements like this. We have the Directorate of Industrial Training, which has embodied all the institutions that are looking at training in the field of herbal medicine.
That's important because they don't tell us that they exist.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, they try to make the effort, but you see, sometimes you must be hungry for this knowledge to be able to find it somewhere. So a herbalist today is not just actually somebody that practices this field that we're talking about, is a profession. Today, right now, it's a profession. So you can't be able to go through the different levels, and the Directorate of Industrial Training formulated a training and an assessment that is an actual session that allows somebody to move through about 3 or 4 different levels in herbal medicine. From the herbal farming, you move into herbal processing, compounding of herbal products and different elements, and then being able to formulate at the end of the day. So this is something which is now very formalized, and a herbalist is a profession of its own right now. Gone are the days when it used to be, not just something that somebody that, you know, comes about with formulations and then puts them on the market.
Aloesha did a lot of things and came up to a certain level. What know-how do I need to have now in the herbal professional business in order to thrive like you? I know it hasn't been easy, but what are the things I must know in order for me to thrive, perhaps even do, because you have mentioned some engagement with professionals. Those are obvious. But internally, how does this become a real, supply, but a business also? Yes.
I like the fact that you bring in the business element. You see, the knowledge of this the medicines and so on is not independent. For as long as you try to make this as a business or do this as a business, it's not a standalone. So you find yourself needing to have some formal training in business management, because at the end of the day, what do you want? Continuity. And what we strive for in businesses of our own, in our country, elsewhere, even globally, is that if a business is registered and it's in place, you're looking at continuity, and that's what you want to be able to achieve. So what you are looking at is, how much do I know in regards to, the medicines? What do I need to know? I need the business element. I need to be able to know how to handle money. You're trying to be better. But over the years, this has been my observation. Sometimes you may never know it all. You cannot know it all. What happens then? You must be open to working with professionals. You must be open to working with scientists. If you're dealing with your accounts, you must be working with a team that's knowledgeable about these accounts. You must be working with some marketing experts, you know,
marketing people
that can guide your business and ensure that you are thriving well. And looking at marketing, it has become very essential in our sector here, because we have been struggling with a positioning issue over the years. You know, we're not sure if someone is very comfortable with herbal products. You know, we want to be able to make sure that he's comfortable to walk into Aloesha and pick a product of our very own and be able to use it. And that takes
know-how.
Yes, it does. It does, because when someone walks in, he will ask, okay, the people that I'm meeting, who are they? You know, how qualified are they? When I go to run a test, am I looking at somebody that's actually a lab technician? Am I doing, you know, because someone has this knowledge. The consumer is very, very knowledgeable today. So as we approach them rather professionally. We approach them at an angle that proves that we also are knowledgeable.
You can trust us.
You can trust us. And that trust has been a very essential thing for us to be able to build. And it's a work in progress. Even today, we still call on to people to be more open-minded towards herbal medicine and what we are doing. And some of the good news that we had somewhere was, you know, we've had a bill for the traditional and complementary medicine bill, but now it's an act, and the president signed it on the 14th of September, just last year.
In the middle of all this.
In the middle of all this chaos. So what good news does this present to all of us that are interested in this field? There's going to be better regulation. Because what this act looks at is the formulation of a council that will look at the governing of all things natural medicines and herbal medicines. Licensing of practitioners is going to be handled by that council. Regulation of all practitioners is going to be handled by that council. And it will be a specifically organized institution for herbal medicine.
So formalness is inevitable.
It's inevitable, because that's where the end goal is, to be more formal. And think about it, Samuel. If we do not formalize as these that are involved in herbal medicine, how do you break the boundaries to leave Uganda and tap into other markets and have a Ugandan product, for example, on the UK market?
But also, Patrick, even our own consumption here. Now think about it. Let me give an example.
Yes.
Your colleague in the market, Covidex.
Yes.
Because they benefited from the timing of the disease. But you see that the appreciation of herbal medicine, imagine it wasn't there. There was no process yet. Would have been having issues.
No, that's very true. And you see the realization of that, unfortunately, it came at such a very ugly time. But so beautiful is the result that came from it. And special thanks to Professor Patrick of Ogwang. We've done several ventures with him in research through Mbara University. And you see somebody that has been devoted their life to be able to do this. And see, he still did work alone. He had several people that he was involved with. And I mean, we are glad and we are grateful that this perception is now changing for the better.
In 30 seconds, the time time is running out. Any part of government policy that must be aligned to help you, the council is already there. What else must happen to make you guys to be okay?
I think it's really about now the implementation of whatever laws have been put in place. As you know, you might have so many laws in place, but the implementation and to ensure that these laws are really abided by, and all authorities that are enforcing them are really doing their job well. So for us, it's really about that, and government to give the practitioners in herbal medicine, you know, this platform to be out there, to speak what they are knowledgeable about. And we are always glad to see the president hint on some of these things.
And I love the president getting old. Patrick, our time is run out. I am looking forward to one of these days, a Uganda national conference for herbal medicine practitioners in Uganda.
That's a big dream.
Viewers, I always cut my guests short as you're still enjoying it. But we'll bring back Patrick to give us more on the journeys and the challenges. We haven't even talked about the challenges that are involved here. But I'll make sure in the future I'm going to bring him back, and perhaps we shall have more time. Maybe we shall do even a podcast discussing these kinds of things so that you can benefit. That was the link. Thank you for joining us tonight.